Welcome, everybody.
Turkey burgers!
That's no longer my channel name.
Shut up!
Hey, everybody, I'm Gonzo.
Why doesn't anyone stay in?
I'm joined here today by Mason. You can find his channel in the description.
No, you
Here's Gabe. You cannot find his channel in the
I
description.
did the thing once. It's not worth watching.
And
Sorry.
Nicole's over here.
Hello.
She was in the thing.
Hello.
And then we have Hana over there
With background music.
with mittens.
And mittens.
And today we will be discussing, maybe, hopefully, somewhat, the great announcement that is Marvel and Attack on Titan crossing over. So let's just get right to it.
I'm fresh.
You
Gotta be fresh.
First question. Is this a good idea?
Probably.
Probably.
Well, I mean, it's been confirmed as being just like a one-off what-if kind of story, and those are typically like really good because you have to follow the same rules, but you still have a lot of leeway in what you can do. Like, people can die.
You can fuck around with canon.
Right. Like, you don't have to. There are some rules you can follow, but a lot of them are more relaxed.
And typically, like, special edition issues, depending on if you hit the right fan base, sell very well. So, it might be really interesting just to get more people, or louder. It might be interesting to get more people to purchase these special edition comic book issues.
Yes.
End statement.
Well, I've never actually seen Attack on Titan, but
Yet.
as soon as that, aside from just you nagging and talking about the abridged series, as soon as I saw that Marvel was doing a crossover, I was like, oh, this might actually be worth watching sometime or reading.
Yeah, because not only that, I mean, because I think it's easy to say that Marvel is at the peak of its, well, not peak, but it is
It's at a very high point.
very high point, very fucking high point.
One of its many peaks. It's
Yeah, well, it's
It's becoming more of the norm to read comics or have interest in comic-related things. That's why most of the films, they don't have to make their characters look like someone you'd see on the street, but kind of fancy outfits. They're going full-blown awesome on all the designs, concept art, and everything. I mean, look at the Ultron trailer. How many people have watched that daily? Or is that just me since its release?
Hand raised.
That's what I thought.
raise your hands in the comments.
There are no strings on me.
Oh,
well, that's from Pinocchio.
No, because they played Pinocchio
is.
because they're all owned by Disney, and Disney's like, we own you.
Oh my gosh!
you didn't notice that?
They can do
No,
that.
that
Yeah.
makes so much more sense.
They're
Are you
gonna-
serious? The Disney overlords are like, hey, remember this piece of awesome? Also brought to you by Disney.
No.
No, because when they're going to release the first official teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, and then brushes its teeth, they're going to play Steamboat Willie. Like a really
What?
gritty Steamboat Willie.
What?
Says who?
Me.
Wait.
Disney, if you're listening, make it so.
Disney is
Please?
always listening.
Which is why... Oh, so they should probably be working on it right now.
Disney
Well, yeah.
is
They're
Big
actively
Brother.
canceling this video.
We're getting back to the question at hand. Is this a good idea? I think we're all in agreement. What's the risk?
Another thing that I'm really excited about is like, because they're finally doing so many like Marvel movies, like Spider-Man's been real good, X-Men have been really good,
Oh.
Thor's been real good, everybody loves Avengers. Everybody in America,
That's a different video.
they've been good.
There you go.
They made money, and they looked pretty.
And they'll continue to make money.
Right. So now that Marvel's got a really high point and it's got a really good
Well.
hold in America, combining them with Attack on Titan, like, I don't know, it's pretty big, but it's going to get a lot more audience because we're going to be combining those two. It might be a good push for actually making an Attack on Titan movie.
Well, like an American, because they're already working on a live-action movie.
right, but it
in
might be a
Japan,
really good push to get that to come over here and be like,
like Godzilla 2000, which was
let's not go there. That was
okay.
bad.
Godzilla,
Also,
Godzilla 1954. Happy birthday, Gojira. We love you.
Like the most recent Godzilla.
Yeah.
Also, is it always a good idea to partner yourself up with colorful things that look pretty and make lots of money?
Yes.
Well, yeah. What are you getting at here? Were you attacked by a peacock?
It's okay.
Show me on the doll with a peacock peck.
One in every 4 people has been attacked by an adult peacock.
Oh, I was talking about
If you or someone you
hookers.
know has been attacked by a peacock,
Colorful,
please
pretty
call
things
1-800
Lots of money.
no cock
Block.
one.
Cock block.
Cock block.
block.
Peacock block. 1-800 peacock block. Okay. Question. Whatever we're on.
2. I already lost count.
Whatever. King Arthur.
5.
1, 2, 5. 3, sir. 3. How will they go about combining the universes? I mean, do you think it'll be something with time travel or interdimensional portals, or maybe there's like a Titan gene that, I don't know, Magneto or someone discovers? They're like, I'm gonna make Titans and kill that rascally rabbit and their pesky dog.
Have they confirmed what part of the Marvel universe is being used in the crossover?
As far as teaser art has shown,
Spidey, right?
Yeah, Spider-Man, and I believe we've seen the female Titan.
Well, and so we already know the most recent development in Spider-Man is all about like jumping around universes, mostly to like meet himself in different universes. But so maybe I wonder if there's something along those lines.
Are you saying that Aaron is Spider-Man? He just doesn't know it yet.
I mean, I don't know who Aaron is.
Well, I could.
But-
Well, maybe Armin would be a better fit.
Well,
Because
he did lose his parents.
that is true. And
Well, just
you know,
the idea that
before he got his powers, he's pretty much a wuss.
just the idea that it is very common in current Marvel universes and canon to have characters jumping around to different universes.
Mhm.
I think makes it a fairly simple concept to have them jump to something like the Attack on Titan universe. You can probably say that.
But again, just because this is a one-off, that means that they might just say, screw it, shut everything else out, and just have, like, one mishmashed thing.
But from some of the things I've heard, it seems like it'll take place in Tokyo. Spider-Man, nowhere near Tokyo. Titans.
He can get near Tokyo.
Well, he can. He
Super
can just.
easy.
Okay. So he boards a flight to
Across
Tokyo.
the ocean.
No, the
Well-
helicarrier, you dummy.
And then the Titans, I guess in that universe, since there's a big Germanic theme, I guess there's somewhere in, Europe.
Germany?
Oh, I never would have guessed.
Ah!
Actually, it's Poland.
Those damn Germans
Dumbass.
get everything.
Well, it is Aaron Yeager.
Yeah. And
Yeager.
Armin and Bertolt and Reiner and...
Hey, Bert.
Maybe they're going to go visit
No.
Mikasa's ancestors. Mikasa?
God, don't make it gay, Mikasa.
Well, the other thing that I'm kind of thinking about for this is, like, one of the whole big things in Attack on Titan is the fact that all the humanity is trapped within these walls.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to do this in the real world, there aren't just these giant walled cities. Everything's very open. So there's probably just going to be a hell of a lot of chaos because humanity doesn't really have a place to go where they're protected from these Titans.
So you think the Titans are coming into our universe, which is more similar to the Marvel universe, as opposed to Marvel going to Attack on Titan?
Well, we haven't had anything confirmed like that yet, but I don't...
Well, I don't think there's a Tokyo in the Attack on Titan universe anymore.
Right. They really haven't, at least not to my knowledge, like...
Geographically.
Yeah,
planted.
geographically, it's like there are the walls, there's the outside of the walls, and that's scary. And you will die if you go there.
No, that's just government propaganda. Don't trust the liberal media.
Well, you say that as a joke, but yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, it is one of the government's ways of controlling thought.
What if the city in the walls is just North Korea?
No, this is why you should read.
No, first off, Gabe, everyone in Attack on Titan is white.
Except
for Mikasa.
and Shadis, maybe.
And maybe Shadis.
Ymir. Ymir's black, Indian. She's basically Mati from...
Heart.
There you go. From what's the show?
Captain Planet.
There you
Jesus.
go. Going back to something we touched upon earlier, how will this crossover impact the popularity of manga and anime in Western culture? Because it's not exactly mainstream. I mean, the only anime I can see on TV is, like a 4.5-hour block on Toonami on Saturday nights, but
But you have the power of Netflix, so I feel like that
that is true.
is a very big, here you go.
Yeah, but
Gateway into manga.
as far as Netflix separates anime, I mean, like, watch any, live action or even cartoon, it's like, here's gritty TV dramas, here's family-friendly comedies. Anime, they just lump it to anime. Like, oh, if I watch Blue Exorcist, now they're giving me,
Death Note or something.
well, Death Note was somewhat similar, but, watch something gritty and violent, then it's like, oh, here's Rosario Vampire, and it's very
Here's a thriller.
fan servicey. I'll put it that way. Lots of fan service going on. So, long story short, tangent somewhat over, maybe.
Well, so you're getting more into the territory of anime not being treated properly as a form or a vehicle for other genres, but its current treatment as a genre itself.
Well, I think its treatment just stems from the lack of
The fact that it's
exposure.
the other.
It's the other. It's not American.
Right, like in Japan, you wouldn't just, like, there's not, like, the American channel.
Well, there might be. I've never been.
Yeah, I
wanna
can't
see
say
that.
that.
Probably just like
But I
here
mean,
comes
like-
Honey Boo Boo and what is it,
Right.
Duck Dynasty.
And reruns of
God.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, like, there's all
God.
these different genres, like, there's horror, there's western, there's comedy, there's drama, there's romantic comedy. It's garbage. But yeah, like, the fact that over here everything's just lumped together as anime, where you can see, like, two things that look remotely similar but have, like, very different tone, very different plots, very different settings. It's very jarring. But I think it could go, like, either way for this, because Attack on Titan is very varied in its approach. Like, there's a lot of very, I don't want to say metaphorical, but there's a lot of mental action, especially recently,
Mhm.
where there's just, like, the whole plot of, like, well, how's the government been lying to us, and how do we have a peaceful revolution?
And I don't know how will the regular citizens react, because
Right.
a lot of people just confuse Attack on Titan for being a violent action thriller, when it's really more of a political drama with, a lot of blood and, and a lot of naked.
You know, I heard they'd be naked, but that's a lot more naked than I expected.
So, House of Cards.
I have not seen House of
I've
Cards.
Ah,
House of Cards.
I've seen
Kevin
some.
Spacey.
Kevin
It
Spacey.
is political drama with lots of blood and naked. So, basically exactly the same as Attack on Titan. Hey!
There we go. We made our connection.
Relevancy!
Okay, so now let's talk about something that none of us know about. How will this crossover impact the popularity of not only Marvel, but American, maybe not just American, but Western comics in Japan and other Asian countries? So I had spoken to our resident Asian friend Shugo Tanaka, who's
very good at drawing with his eyes closed.
yes, very, and he's got a Tumblr. I'll probably attach that somewhere in the description, so check it out. Good stuff. And when he was in Japan, he said he did not notice any, Western. Oh, that too. I would hope so, because Spider-Man must have killed them all, because Spider-Man.
Tighten down my trigger!
But yeah, he didn't see any. He didn't see a lot of Western influence, which I'm not surprised. But
Well, they're very culturally protective
yes.
of themselves.
So do you think this crossover will help Marvel and Western? I don't want to say culture, but at least Western comic books gain mainstream over there.
Well, you were very right when you said we know nothing about this.
Yes, this is why I'm asking.
But I feel like it's going to be like with the audience that they have for Attack on Titan over there, like I'm pretty sure like a lot of them might be pretty familiar with Spider-Man, but being able to see the two being combined so like thoroughly and mesh with each other, it's probably going to drum up a little bit of interest. Like, I like this. This is very similar. Let's give this a check.
Now, does anyone know if the movies do very well over there as far as Marvel movies go? Do we know?
I do not.
Okay.
But we could look up charts or something. I don't know.
Because typically when I'm online, I'll see like a lot of artists, who just create their own sort of fan art, and there's like a lot. Every now and then you come across some Marvel things, but at the same time, like you kind of wonder if they really got that from the comic or from the movie and just made their own thing up or whatever. But then again, it's fan art, so it could really be anything, like Deadpool punching a baby.
Oh, I forgot
Or
about
something.
Deadpool. You need to have Deadpool in this.
At
Forgot
least a
what-
cameo.
Forgot where I was going with this, but
Sorry.
no, I thought about Deadpool and punching a baby and stuff.
It's okay, we've all been there.
Yeah.
I wonder, though, if if a Japanese audience will see this as the Western attempt at trying to be cool with anime and trying to get in on it and almost really ignore this. Ignore this as, oh, well, that's the time America tried to jump on our...
It
They're
is the
invading our borders
American
again.
way.
Right, like, those Americans, they're basically Titans because they're fat and they just knock over everybody's walls.
And we do spend a lot of time naked, or at least I do.
Also true.
And we eat
So-
a lot of things.
I don't have
Don't
any
know why.
reason to believe that's what will happen, but it, like you mentioned earlier,
But the possibility.
it is certainly possible because they are very culturally protective. I think
Why
you
are
said
we
that well.
sullying our good work with this American trash?
Right, exactly.
But I mean, like, I feel like they'd be at least very open to it. Like at first, like they're not just going to immediately be like, "Well, what is this garbage?" I feel like they're probably going to give it a try, just because like it's very respectful. Like this guy worked very hard on it, and they're going to respect his effort. And
Well, so I guess that is true, and that might help it appeal to Eastern audiences. It is a Japanese artist, right?
right,
Yeah. So that, I wonder if that will make it feel a bit more
natural
for them. Yeah.
Are there any matchups that you would like to see? Outside of maybe just, Spider-Man and the female Titan fighting. I mean, like, just for shits and giggles.
I think it'd be
Anyone from the Marvel Universe against anyone from the Attack on Titan universe. What would you like to see?
I think it would be a really interesting crossover to see the Hulk versus either the Colossal Titan, the Armored Titan, or both.
I think the Armored Titan would be the best matchup, because even then, I mean, the Armored Titan is 15 meters tall, so he's got the height and reach advantage.
Yeah.
What about Marvel villains?
Marvel villains?
I mean, there hasn't been anything said that there won't be Marvel villains.
I would be
The
surprised if there
Colossal
aren't.
Titan versus Colossus.
or
Oh, well, he's not a
or-
villain.
Or not Colossus, Galactus.
yeah, so like a Titan versus Ultron or something like that. I think that'd be
Thanos?
That'd be
Something
really
like
cool.
that.
that might be.
Although I think, as far
Thanos
as
might be a bit open. Well, okay, but if Thanos
no,
is
if you're
the-
talking about overpowered villains in that universe, I mean, just look at Magneto. Renders everyone from the Attack on Titan universe, at least as far as humans go, useless. 3D maneuver gear, the box cutters, the guns from the suppression squad, just nope.
The reason I mentioned the Hulk is because I feel like that'd be a very, like, I don't know, I don't want to say fair, but...
As far as physical strength goes.
Well, I wasn't just talking about villains from Marvel fighting the heroes from Titan. I
No,
was
the
thinking-
Armored Titan is definitely not a hero, at least not at this point in the... You need to read it!
I know, but my basic understanding is that these Titans are essentially
Omnums.
Animals.
right, not as cognitive as
Well,
humans.
well,
It's supposed
then
to
we-
be a very uncanny valley.
Yes, very much so. And so there wouldn't be any reason that they also wouldn't then attack the Marvel villains. I don't see how you could possibly. I mean,
Well, there are
aside
s-
from like mind control or something,
Mhm.
maybe the Marvel villains figure out how to control the Titans. But otherwise, I think the Titans would be a threat to pretty much anybody who came over,
As they are.
including Thanos and Magneto and whoever else
Mhm.
might be there. So.
I'm just assuming that this question has turned into like, well, who do we think is going to be written into this story so that it's still like a fair matchup? Because if we start bringing in like Thor or like Iron Man or Superman-esque characters that are just kind of like gods in their own right, I know Superman's not Marvel. There you go.
I was just about to say, like,
Don't shit on me.
You got an
But I
ugly
mean
look from our
I mean
Marvel
it-
expert over there.
I mean it in the sense of like just stupid overpowered to the point where like it would just be like a one panel thing where it's like, oh yeah, give me 10 seconds. The Titans and Japan are gone.
I'm waiting for my Sentinels versus Titans.
Sentinels
Spin-off.
would be a good.
Yes, Sentinels against the Colossal Titan, all day, or hell, even the Rogue Titan.
Yeah.
Aaron going toe to toe.
I would love to see like also Wolverine in here.
There's your
Ooh.
idea, Marvel. Now give us our money.
It's like it's like even in the original X-Men animated series back in the 90s, like one of the pivotal moments is in, I want to say it's the first episode where he's like climbing up the back of the Sentinel and he's like, this is for Morph, and then he slices off his head. Like,
Yes!
that'd be a very good
Yes!
homage that they could throw in. Just climbing up the back of a Titan and going for the nape of the neck.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they don't say this is for Morph, because that wouldn't make sense, because Morph isn't real. But,
It's for Hans.
do it for...
I
This is for Hans! Shing-
Hey, speaking of X-Men, did you guys see the new Nightcrawler movie?
I have not seen the new Nightcrawler movie, because as soon as I saw that it wasn't X-Men related, I wrote it off as trite garbage.
Okay, if you want to talk about like fair fights, how about Tony Stark's ego against Levi's ego?
Ooh, a fight with words? I'd love to see that.
Maybe not just words, maybe just like looks back and forth, like, Tony Stark.
Or Tony Stark and Commander Pixis could have a drink off.
Ooh. You know what? Tony Stark can, he doesn't have to fight, just have him do all the non-combat fights.
Or Iron Man and the guy who goes tink tink
Armin?
can go tink tink together.
So, like Armin gets his
each other.
Armin gets his own Iron Man suit, and he can't stop tinking his arms together. Tink tink, tink boom. Oh,
We're doomed.
Tink, tink.
What's that in the distance?
Tink 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 tink. Oh, Armin's on his way. Tink 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 tink
You
tink.
do know that's the only thing about Attack on Titan. I know.
And you're welcome.
You say it. all the time.
And as
That's a good amount
we wrap this up, because we have to go watch Big Hero 6. What
Feast.
and Feast, most importantly, Feast. What other East-West or comic manga crossovers would you like to see?
Goku versus Superman.
Yes.
Godzilla versus
Ooh.
Galactus.
No.
my aunt. They're about the same size.
I would like to see a remake of the new Godzilla and King Kong.
I want to say Feast.
New Godzilla versus Puff Magic Dragon.
Burst of
That is
sounds.
just peaking really hard. That was not an invitation. The hell are you doing? I hope this thing picked that up, because that was weird.
That is a face.
There is a wolf on the board over there.
No,
and,
no,
oh my god!
Is that the
What
smiling
does it say?
It just. There is no.
oomph level?
Go ahead, Gonzo.
Alright.
1, 2, 3.
God damn it!
Gonzo, this video we're in the middle of doing is dumb.
Have a plan and put these people on video
You can't have a plan.
because it just ends up in just chaos.
Wow, that was really good. Except for the fact it was fucking terrible.